Hello, hello. Please just give me a few minutes. No uyalinda ngengoma. So I'm just gonna begin in a few minutes. I'm just sorting out my notes. Hello. Going live is not like pre-recorded videos. It's like hectic stuff. Thokozani, Tando, Luyanda, Thokozani. I'm still sorting out my notes. Um it's been a hectic day today. I'm grateful that today finally came because it was honestly giving me a lot to think about, and I was just going through a lot of things, trying to, gather myself together. So yes, good afternoon to you, Vasitana, Luyanda. I can't, you know what? Mwah, mwah, all of you. Ni late, ni late. Nililinde umakoti ngengoma. Okay, so the whole reason for actually, thank you. The whole reason for actually doing this live video, I wanted to do a live Q&A, but I figured let me do something where I can interact with you and we can discuss all these things, and get to actually discuss things that aren't being really discussed, especially when you are a spiritual person and all of that. GK Sichakala from Bulawayo. Hello. Hello. Okay, yazi ngcono ngeneni. Ngenan because yazi niyangiflashisa. So it was just one of those topics that I thought we really need to have. So relaxani, grab some popcorn, grab some what? Okay, no alcohol, but grab something because today is going to be very informative. I think it's one of these topics we need to have because people go into this thing of healing and being a healer and sometimes not fully equipped to understand basically what you are signing up for. So yes, we are trained, yes, we go through all of these things, but nobody really sits us down and discusses what we go through, the things we go through, because we're not just beads and amabai and all of these. There is human life behind this. There are people who gave up their lives, and this is all we know, and everything else. So I think this is going to be one of those where even if you're about to undertake your journey and are going to start going through izinto zakho zobizo, and or even new to the healing space, or even in the healing space, I think this is going to be helpful. You're going to actually get what you need to have and basically be sorted. Thank you, Mina and Clem. The lighting is not helping us today, but I dropped some shea so I can look good. So as long as you guys are getting good vibes, as you can see me, so then we can begin. As soon as, let me gather myself. Now you see I have my water, so I'm ready. Basically, I've been ready. Okay, excuse me, I have a runny nose. Okay, so the journey of being a healer is not as easy as anyone makes it out to be, right? Okay, let me fix my what you want to call. All right. Yaman, nyangbona mara. All right. Okay, now I think I need to sit. This is not like my pre-recorded videos because I can be able to direct and stuff. Okay, so this discussion, I want you guys to interact with me. I want to hear your and before I continue, there won't be any dream interpretations that are going to be going on through this live video. So if you are one of those people that wanted me to interpret their dreams, please follow other mediums to do so. That's why I even had a topic for this, because I didn't want us to deviate and ended up giving too much time to something. So I really wanted us to focus on the topic at hand. So this is for you. Basically, this is my gift for, and I even forgot to tell you, like, Nyabonga guys, the 5K, this is what we get for the 5K subscribers. We did it we did it. So I was thinking, how do I even say thank you? Okay, so this is just one of those. let me do this for you. So there'll still be more of such going on because my life is just hectic. I don't even have time for myself. So when I get the time, and I'll make as much as time as I can to actually dedicate more time and do live videos, because I can see you guys love them. I love them. Okay. All right. So can we begin? Can you begin? Can you begin? Seeing guy manje 55. Okay. Can you begin? Can you begin? Um. 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 When I underwent my journey and all of these things, even from epithlane, you are trained, to expect stigma, like puma, right? Epithlane, and stigma and all these stereotypes that are out there. Even Osatasa, they tell you that, you know what, when igama lakho elisha umthakathi, and you need to understand that this is your new life. This is what you're going to be going through, and it's painful because it's not how I would have loved to be viewed. That was me. That was the perception I had, that this is not what I want. This is not what I want to paint it as, because you go through all these training and you being left out to go into the world, and you have to figure it yourself out. Mind you, figuring yourself, you need to, understand igune community at the same time, that actually abanye, they'll stigmatize you. Awunalo lelo dlozi lelo, you're not even isangoma, awusisangoma esiphelele, or urobile, or they just have all these things that you need to understand and try to grasp, and it can at times be so overwhelming and too much. I remember when I was coming back, there was so many things that were being said, about me, that ngizoloya or nyaloya or angthwasanga, or I was, because nobody knew that I was not around, so they just saw me saying buya, saying so they're like, oh my gosh, she's gone and now she's came back. Oh yeah, you know what. And I mean, I didn't even match the requirements of looking like a typical sangoma. So it was just one of those things that I had to kind of try and maneuver around and understand. It's okay, this is what is happening, But ibuhlungu because abantu have taken ubungoma and made it so dark. Ngathi masihleli siyaloyana, we're practicing spells. Let me tell you, mothwasa, akekho umuntu okufundisayo ukuthakatha, right? Abantu abasuke bathakatha, abantu abasuke ba-enhance their version abaphume ngayo ephehlweni. So all of these other things you get outside kusuke kuyizinto maybe umuntu asuke azifunile, or maybe wasfunda. And I don't want to lie, when I was at my Phehlo 1 before I left for Phehlo 2, Phehlo 1, my Gobela was all good and all blah 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 until he changed and became blah 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 and all that. But there was a time, I remember ngisathwasa, he was like, you know what, Nkomo, masocedile ukuthwasa uhambe and uphinde ubuye futhi ngizokufundisa imithi le engekho right, and all of that. And to my mind, I was like, I don't even want to know that, I'm not even interested, and I'll never came back. And thank God it didn't even get to that, And some of us asinawo amadlozi anenhliziyo abantu bayakwata bayakwata. So imagine mawuphethe le mithi lena engekho right, the damage you can do, So these stigmas of ukuthi ubani uyaloya, just because sowufaka itawo automatically uyaloya, and you try and adjust your life, try ukuz-adjust ukuthi wena ubani and all of these things, and it becomes too much at times. That is why kunabantu post their spiritual journey, or rather ukuthwasa kwabo, they actually sink into very deep levels of depression. They sink deeper and deeper and have no one to assist or rather help them. And it's not because of abana support system, but it's a matter of how they are being identified in communities and how they are being addressed. Dala abantu ababeyizangoma and all, bebahloniphiwa, they were being acknowledged, they were being respected because people looked up to them, they were isolated from the community and all of that. But this is 2020. Izangoma zanamhla bekana bumpo, like begani, no, like begani, like izangoma zanamhlanje lezi, and they become younger and younger and more vocal and more expressive, they give, like, we even post even about izinto zethu zasendumbeni on our there's even social media, so times have evolved. People also do not want to acknowledge all these things, and there's nothing I that annoys me like going in public and just because I look snatched and you're gonna come in and say Maria Hlola vele kamampela. I mean, who, like really. So it's just those things that are there, and it's very painful to actually go through it. I mean, once you in there, it's very painful to go through it. I remember even when I came back from Echaseni, there was a stray cat around Lana in my area, and I could just hear the voices, bathi elam libambegile, because it was a stray cat and a bit look busy cat. So it was like elam look at my cat, just because mina ngisangoma elami, and it was just painful times for me, and it still is, it still is even till today, because no one can really understand the things we go through. I'm not one of those person or other people whereby there was a time for that, but I don't do that because I just get annoyed. I'm being looked at differently. Why? Because in fact, everyone wears it down, but when it's me, like, it's like, ooh, she is a sangoma, and I don't know, mele sambe speta my board, like see sangoma and all of that, and it's very frustrating. So life as a healer is not easy. That is why I'm having this discussion, because I want you to understand, especially mangabe usalindo indlela yakho ukuthi uyothatha, so that you know what you actually heading for. It's not easy. I do not want to lie to you. It's never been easy, and it's hard, and I don't want to lie. It's hard. When you see the finished product, but like, it's hard. I don't want to lie to you. I'm a stereotypes as a corner. The stigmas will always be there. I remember even Labant being Santanabun. Like, I was loyal Mzalani. Being leader, you worship team me now. This girl. I was that person. And I remember when I completed my journey, how people I used to, church with used to look at me. It was so weird. Like, they were looking at me like nothing near plague or something. It was like, but I would understand, because to them it was like, how can Sister Mpo change and transform and do all these things? How did she allow the devil into her life? But it was just one of those things. You could see, you guys do not understand, Langkona. Because I remember there was even a time, Loving Santa Corner, we were giving out certain material, right? It was books, blah, blah. Okay, I'll say we're giving out rhapsodies, we're giving out rhapsodies and all these things. And I remember we're at a shopping complex. So Kona Lesango Malesi, I'm like, yeah, Vele, prayer warrior. I will attack her and I'm gonna give her this rhapsody. She needs it. And then Ingati, you know what? How are you, my sister? You need blah, blah, blah in your life. You need to change. You need to give your life, give your life a meaning. This is what Vele needs. Yeah, but I'm on good thing, what? Can I go to Susalento like him? Yeah. Like what? Ungenza kanjani into nje? The second coming iyabuya. Uzoyinida le ncwadi lena. Awazi ukuthi bezokuphelisa lo sisi wayophushuzela wangena kuleyo mo leyo ngebhayi lakhe ngasala ngimile lapho. Fast forward to me, mase ngilapho kuleyo position. I literally don't forget that story, because I was at a space of being judgmental. Being judgmental is not a good thing, and I always say there are people who watch my videos, mhlampe wethu or someone else, izangoma and all of that, and they're not even in the space, but they watch them to judge. They watch them to judge, and Nati, it's like when we're supposed to address this thing, we address it and not supposed to address it fully, because we must tiptoe around people. We must tiptoe, because Bona, they are able to judge us, tell us we are full of demons, we're demonic, and all these other things. But other than that, now we need to tiptoe other than people. If you're gonna come here, subscribe to my channel or watch my videos and come here and like be this person. Like, why waste your time? Why waste your time? Because them kids that want to be here will watch again. They will gather the information they want. So when you don't love this thing, Mara, you are so interested to watch and come in, post your scriptures, go argue with yourself. Like, go argue with yourself. I'm not here. I don't argue. I don't get into such arguments because I know I have a history ngengaba, in a religious spectrum, and I evolved from that. I'm poor badimu today. So for you to come here and like have nasty comments for me and stuff, it's just childish. It's just beneath. You need to just when I accept yourself first. For a main picture, you're still calling your parents madimoni. Bona. I don't have time for you. So those are just one of the things ezikhona lapho. And if uyisangoma and you're watching this, like lalela, you have to be strong. Because if you're on a backbone, they'll make you feel small for being the person you are. They'll make you feel small for actually being the like. Listen, guys, we are a reflection of umdali. This is not into mhlampe esiyikhile la emoyeni. We are a reflection of umdali, umvelinqa. We are his reflection, and we see it's our life. Like, this is all I have. I lost a life being nayo prior to this gift that I have, and I became to become. This is all I have. For you to actually sit behind your phone and it's painful because this is my life. This is not something I do 9 to 5 or some days. This is my life. This is yinting pila ngayo. This is who I am, So it frustrates me that being gifted is always dark. Njalo, we being like more gifted, it's always this dark thing. It's very painful. This is my life. This is who I am. I lost my old life to get this new life of being this person I am. So this is all I have. This is me, and this is my purpose. I have found why I was born in that day I was born and why I'm here. So it's very painful for people that are following, things that bazike moyeni. And for me now, for being proud, of being me, I have to now being looked down upon. I'm one of those people. I don't church, Mina. It's not because of I don't have time, but I don't church at the same time because sidliwe like khaya kakhulu when it comes to church monies and all these other things. And after I sat down with my queen, my mama. She's watching. I think she is, mama. So I sat down with her and I was like, you know what? This is new life, and I do not want to feel as if we need to manje sibeke ngathi, let us find ourselves, let us heal internally, let us heal spiritually, and that is why I don't church. I don't wanna I've been following, but now I'm being led. I don't know if that makes sense. I used to follow, but right now I'm being led. I'm being led by my guides. I'm being led by my people. And if really mele waste money, ngamane waste. If bathi I waste, ni waste ngokuthi ngenza imisebenzi every month. It's fine. Like, that is okay. And how I deal nezinto zami zakamoya, it's very I'm different, I have my ways nedlo zilami. And when it kufika leso sikhathi leso sokuthi, I don't miss going to church. I used to like be that person. I don't. I honestly don't, because like I'm content. Like, I'm content with who I am. I know my creator. I know my guides. I know who I am. And once you know who you are, listen, you don't have to like busy going back and forth and trying to, go around in circles. So I'm content. Mina lang kona like ngishap. Right. I'm content. I don't have to feel like ngihlale ngithukiwe ukuthi like, I don't like that. I'm ngihlale ngithukiwe. I'm at peace every time. I allow like humanity. So you need to as a person now, as a traditional healer, go into the space and understand. But at the same time, the problem is how we also portray ourselves to the public. Like, you need to take negative words out of your mouth, out of your speech, take that out of your mouth. portray yourself how you want people to receive you, because sibaningi zizangoma, and then nama, you know, even our gifts differ, or rather blah blah blah, but you need to also give the people what they want in a context of, don't portray yourself ngendlela nabo abantu bazocabanga ukuthi nawe uyaloya, because people are extreme out here. I don't know. Hey, I don't know if it's a trying to be feared or respected the most or whatnot. No, I honestly I don't really look kuthi ngifuna ukuthi abantu like mangivela bawe or like ngathi ngubshiri bawe or bayenzeni. No, I it's not about me, you know. I'm not that, it's not that deep. Like, listen, I'm not that person kuthi mawuvela I'm like why ungocelanga. No, it's my ancestors. When you feel and you like kuthi mpho was a gogo, you'll be greeting badimubaga and all of that, but this is not about me. Like, mina ngihambe manje ngikuka amahlombe manje ngibona ukuthi nasi sangoma esikhulu, nasi sangoma lesa ku YouTube. No, I'm not no, I don't. Like, once you are content with who you are, excuse me, with who you are, you actually become comfortable, you know. You become comfortable in who you are, and you understand, good, this is bigger than me, this is not about me, because I need like mangifuna ungenela kumele ngifeel because ngisangoma. No, I'm not that person. People that know me will testify to this. Mpho is so chill. Sometimes you even forget Guti Sangoma, because I know my place. You know, I know my place, and I know. So I can't njalo feed you with Sangoma. When you talk to me, no, I'm like, you know what? So, and it's all of that. Sibusisi Wenjanga says TV portrays traditional healers as villains. Like, alright. I've been battling with that. Angazi, like, I don't know why. Like, injalo go wrong. You know, I think we deserve something as was portrayed right, ne? Not all the time guthi bas like basenze izinto ezinjalo and all of that. So I'm moving on to my next subtopic, ne? I'm communicating and listening to ilozi. This is something gifted or the spiritual people or whatnot battle with, right? Not good. I'm moving from my first topic, but Caesar flow. We are going to flow basically. So listening to Idlozi, communicating to Idlozi. Woo. Okay, fix Waharam. Ari, exactly. Negativity is already there about healers. Therefore, we need to represent our guides the best possible way. When a girl, yo. Ngisafike ephehlweni. Hey, angisho phela mina vele ngihambe mangethwasane idlozi lami beli tshotshara. So I think for the longest time I space in chilling around Sona, you know, I would always hear there's a kono cooking impostile. If you can go on my Instagram, I will never forget her, because she would actually feel as if when your ancestors are not talking to you as much as they should, and her ancestors are talking to her, she would actually eat something, and go in, man, and she would be like, a simple conversation. Skuluma ngento is simple. But you can't even hold a simple conversation because she would actually make you feel good now. So today I want to assist you and help you, you know, good, at least, you know, unga feeling as you left out or in. I'm at this way too. Reincarnated spirit abanye, who have dedicated their purpose to solemnly being guides, you know. So all of this, you know, everything, it evolves around energy, you know. Everything spirit, that is why we say it's spirituality, yeah. Oh, hi Zimbabwe. Dinotenda. You know, I need to teach myself so many languages. I used to be so bilingual, but in Atwasa. But anyway, where was I? Okay, I was talking about I'm communicating with Ilozi. I'm saying it's important that we know who we are and the space we're going into, especially with healing. Don't let someone else make you feel as if you're less of a person or you're not, important enough, because when it was like our Lisa every 30 minutes or all of that. Amadlozi are funny and they communicate to us in different ways, and one thing I've found that has led abantu ukuthi baloye ukuthi nina nifuna ukuthi amadlozi wenu ahlale nani njengoba ngikhuluma ngale video le, banibheke so bathi wena Mpho ngiyakubona. That is what you want, because everything iya nge-spiritual growth. You cannot want certain things, because listen, labantu esikhuluma ngabo, they are reincarnated souls. Marang muletsane my Instagram is at Mpho Badima. I am probably everywhere. I used to have Facebook and all these, but I'm not Instagram Jack Pela. So if you see me on Facebook, yazini ukuthi le akusukoko. They are reincarnated spirits that have dedicated their purpose to being our guides and all these other things. So communicate nathi as much as we call this spirituality, because indeed it is spirituality. Everything is spiritual. Life is spiritual. I always say this, and it's because it is true. Ne? I made some notes, ne, so that I can actually understand. Everything is energy, and if when as a spiritual person awukho in balance nawe ngokomoya, you will always find ukuthi communication or listening to idlozi lakho will always be difficult. Ungahamba uyongena amabhavu ugeze ulibhudlu wenzeni, but if wena awukho balanced emoyeni wakho, it's going to be hard for you to actually be inclined to the spiritual world and understand ukuthi this is my ancestors, idlozi lami likhona, and this is who I am, because I know a lot of people that bayathwasa bangatholanga any communication namadlozi abo and end up going through lento bongoma like imbuzi and like you don't know where you're going. You're just going with the flow, but you have not received lento lena, that validation, from your ancestors. Go, are you here? Is that you over there? You have not received that. So you need to understand, Guti, there always needs to be a balance emoyeni wakho. I-balance is kanjani. Once you understand ukuthi you are a spiritual person and you are gifted, you need to know ukuthi kunezinto that you need to deprive yourself of so that you are always aligned. I know all these terms might seem familiar, but today I am here and I will help you at least understand a little bit better how important it is to always protect your energy and protect izinto zedlozi. Izinto zedlozi bogogo ziyahlonishwa. Uyazihlonipha wena, uhlonipha into zedlozi lakho, and it's very important understand ukuthi idlozi lakho linani lifunani, all of this. I think that is why mawusangena ekuphehlweni kune process ekuthiwa uyagatshekwa, ne? Mawugatshekwa idlozi lakho liyaziveza lisho ukuthi ubani idlozi lakho lifunani and all of that, and mawunogobelo right uzokutshela. Mina like ngelanga ngangigatshekwa like what I got and what I heard, like my idlozi is literally like bathatha literally the whole day, like bakhuluma ukuthi this is what they want, this is going to be my life. I remember my grandfather was complaining that I always have long nails and all of these things, and anyway, we like Mkulu loves me, guys. I can still do that even till today. It's just that Mangsa they were just because they were saying to me, I love being beautiful, I love the mirror, I love blah blah blah. Everything mine is extreme. I need to always look blah blah blah. So that what happened, So ukumamela idlozi is important, right? And understand ukuthi idlozi lakho lifunani and have the balance wena emoyeni wakho and all these other things, because ziningi izinto ezisikhubayo emoyeni, ziningi izinto ezisingasekho right. Kunabantu that are still harboring the trauma from emaphehlweni. Lezo zinto zibhlungu because asipholi, you know, and kuba nzima nokuthi ukhona ukuxhumana nabantu bakho mangabe you still harboring all these things, all these inhliziyo yakho njalo wena uhlala unenyembezi, you always heavy hearted. And even not to say ukuthi mhlambe I'm talking about just izangoma particularly, but I'm talking about gifted people, you know. Sometimes we go through deep phases of depression and mental breakdowns and all these other things, and it's sometimes childhood traumas we have suffered that we have not dealt with. Kunezinto that are in there. That is why I always say kubalulekile ukubhodla, you know. Hayi ukubhodla no, ukubhodla khipha okungaphakathi uphole, because uzolapha kanjani abantu when you're harboring so much inside you, you know. I know there was someone saying, go, you make this look easy and all this. Listen, it's not easy. I take one day at a time. Healing is a process. That is what you need to understand, you know. So the people that are still harboring lezo zinto lezo ezasemaphehleni, the people still angry ukuthi idlozi malifika mina ningimoshela impilo bese la ngithwasisa, and today I have nothing, you know. And kunabantu who are still upset at idlozi labo. I know people abakwatela amadlozi abo ukuthi you brought me to this life, I lost everything, you know. And lezo zinto lezo sometimes tend to hinder our way of growth, our way of healing, our way of understanding, our way of growing as spiritual people. So all these other things you need to let go, you know. You need to let go uphole, because how are you healing others when you are broken yourself? Because I always say we heal others through healing ourselves. When you heal another person, now uyazilapha, you find i-client yeza unenkinga mhlambe nawe ke wandlula kuyo, or you currently going through, and you're like, God, you know. And it's one of those things that we need to kind of like understand, that it's very important as gifted people that we understand ukuthi we need to heal, sidinga ukuphola. That is why uthola kunabo gobela, you know, that are still abusing amathwasa abo. Uthi umuntu ngizomenza le bangiyenza yona nami ngisathwasa, of which that's very painful. I don't want to lie. Ibhlungu lento le. Now it means you have not healed, you know. You haven't healed. So you need to heal. You need to heal, number one. Number two, zinikele edluzini. Kunabantu abathwasayo bese umuntu athi mina ngizobabona ithi ngisalungisa impilo yami or ngisayenzani. Listen, ubiziwe wathwasa and did all these things because it was time for you to answer your calling. Isikhathi sakho sokuthi uthathe impilo yakho entsha bese ifikile. Le akusi 9 to 5. Akusi Monday to Sunday or Monday. No, it's your life. So why do you need to, when ulindisa idlozi lakho ukuthi wena uadjust impilo yakho, when bona they want you for the greater good, you know? You need to accept yourself. Accept that, listen, mina ngujabu ene nginedlozi and impilo yami izotshintsha. The problem ukuthi siba nenkani and want to balance impilo zethu as much as sifuna ukuphila this earthly life, you know. Ganti, you are spiritual people. We are in between realms. We're in between realms, you know. Excuse me. And I'm tired, Shem. Yakhulunywa, Shem. Like say 15 minutes, 20 minutes in post. Yakhulunywa today. We are in between realms, and you can't do all these things and no balance all these things. Umangabe, you still hold on to your earthly self or your earthly life. You need to be able as a person to understand that this is a new person. You are a new person. Accept ukuthi nginama, you know, amasha nginama, like you're a new person, you know. And that it starts there. So one might say Gutsi Islam has never communicated with me and all of that. Islam has been communicating with you. Why Niti it has been communicating with you? Ubizo ubani cause idlozi. Ubani lo wakluphekisa idlozi. That intuition ekhona kuwe, that is your guide. That is idlozi. Yes, abantu mhlambe bathi intuition thina sithi idlozi. Lento esuke ikuwe uthi uyaphi ithi ayihlala phansi. Ugeza ube muhle udwebishiya uthi ngisayoba activator today, but ingabi, you know, ingasaphumeleli indlela yakho. Ubona that thing is your guide. Bathi kuyehlala phansi. Uze, because abanye abantu hear voices. Kunabantu that hear voices. Kube yidlozi elikhuluma, you hear voices. And abanye, you see signs, you see things, you see symbols, you see things just, you know, making sense for you. Abanye, it's this intuition that you have. You know, abanye kube amaphupho that you dream of. You dream. Abanye kube ama visions. Sometimes it's what they call the universe, that you see izinto, you've been waiting for this message and it happens to you, and you ask yourself, how did we get here? Khanti, that was a message that was for you. You understand that? So one thing you need to understand is that there are no accidents, right? For a spiritual person, everything serves a purpose. Everything. Kwenzekale uyaphenika. Understand that you are being led. You're not following. You are being led. So sometimes even how your life pans out, stop putting a time frame. Uguti mina mpilo ngimele kube sengilana and all of these things and feeling sorry for yourself. Like, get up from that. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Ubhizi focus on achieving material things whereby wena self awukagcwali. So logo waba ile vessel efa kuhlalo wabuye ekuphelweni, that's kwaba wenje loyo. Sometimes you even having a high intuition, this thing yokuthi ube spiritually awakened and spiritual inclination, that is your ancestors speaking to you. For the minute kunalento eshoyo ukuthi I have a gift, kuna something mele ngenze ngempilo yami. It's your ancestors. Do you think that thing just falls from the sky? Like, sometimes I think you just want too much out of it. Nifuna ukubabona balana bajayivela piano. Kanti you need to listen. Once you are one with yourself and know who you are and you're content, you are being led. Hi man, am I talking to somebody here? You are being led. You're not just following what if I die, you are being led. You are being led, you know, and it makes more sense. More consult uhlola umuntu. Indaba lezo zibuyaphi? Like zibuyaphi? If really bathi lezo zibuyaphi? Ancestors are always around us. They're always waiting to give us messages. And 80% of the time, why amadlozi prefer to come in our dreams is because lapho, you know, we are free. Asifree akunanto distractayo, we are relaxed, bese bayeze emaphupheni ke bafike bakhulume nawe, balethe imilayezo for wena, for your family, you know, and all these other things, and bakulaphe nawe ngokomoya, and you're not distracted by WhatsApp yakho, you're not distracted by your Insta, you're not watching Poverty News videos at that time, you are actually sleeping. So they come to you because you're not being you know, being distracted by something, you know. So good right lapo. That's why amadlozi amaningi choose to come to you through dreams. Bazaguwe, ngamaphupho, and all these other things. Sometimes they send people your way, you know. They send people, you know, bazaguwe bakusendela abantu that are able to deliver messages from you. Me, I'm one of those people. I don't know. My Lucy is just I mean, I don't know. Even Kokwamati asaphila ayisangoma lesibekayiso. Isangoma understand. That's why. So I'm always reluctant, you know, to get messages from people because I've learned to be dependent on my ancestors 80% of the time and all these other things. So they sometimes send people. Sometimes it's not even about I want to just broaden this because I see the comments. Gunaba Porofiti, hey perfect, and then Gunaba Sangoma, hey zang zangs. What I'm trying to say is that we are all together in these things. We are all being led, you know. Now it's not good unomoya, there's a cloud in your system. Like more like I used to say, but unomoya, gunomoya nje ohamba around when. It's just that so it's just one of those things, but it's a topic for another day. So they send people they send people that are be able to give a message. Uzothi usayenza izinto kune video evelayo, how now umphowa bedimo yakhuluma le message, it is mine. Those are your ancestors. Or uyazi manje ukuthi uhlusha idlozi, and all of a sudden you are interested in my video nobungoma on all of these things. Ancestors talking to you. Everywhere, ancestors are talking to you. There is also this thing of seeing numbers, you know. Seeing numbers. Yeah, that thing is on confuse if I understand because numerology, signs and all these things is that communicate with us through. Even ubona uvuga at a specific time. Toilet break. They will make that toilet break because they want you up. You know, they want you up, they want you, you know, inclined, they want you to do izinto zakho zidlozi. So it's very important that you know that ama-adlozi they're always talking to us. Ngayo yonke indlela. Uthi uyaphahla namhlanje uthi light ikhandlela light. Uthi a light. Yini into eyenza ukuthi ngalight? Your ancestors are trying to show you something. They're trying to communicate something. That's how you're feeling. Uthi uyavuka some days uvuke ugcwele i-anger so kuthi like ungazazi ukuthi ukwatisa ubani or yini. Ancestor is talking to you. You need to invest. But thina hayi uyavuka emsebenzini kwatile kanti you are gifted, you spiritual. Yazi ukuthi manginje adjust the volume kancane and chill with myself, you know, and all these other things. So izinto nje that are there, we need to understand. Even with dreams, it's also the same thing. You need to understand. Ungafeli ngaphakathi ngephupho njalo wena uhlale uziconfuse wena. Uyalibona ukuthi lithini iphupho mara confused. If you can ask for a guidance and understand ukuthi nothing happens, you know, by everything. And the reason why abantu ni fail kangaka kule test yakwa spirituality, we are energy, they are energy, you know, they are energy, we are energy. And lalela uyayibona wena energy. Can you see energy? No, you feel energy. That is why something we understand energy. That is why even no energy baza kuwe energy kufika lo uyaza ukuthi energy. That is why now you need to protect your energy, cleanse your energy, be one with your energy. NgesiZulu sithi moya. Iwa umoya, phila impilo yakho yomoya. Understand ukuthi umoya. Because ba amadlozi, but they are spirit. They are spirit. And that is why they need us. Ukusebenza, baskhetha bathi, hey, kombiso, komwerk, siyatasa. Because energy, they can't do zonke lezinto lezi. They need a vessel to use, and that is why kuba nathi you are being chosen. But ukhethiwe ukuthatha lo msebenzi, because honestly, if they could do all this work themselves, kuba kunazangoma. Kube nje sibona amakhapha ayaflya uthi uhleli, but nalo umuthi uyakuzibani, honestly. So it's energy. We need to understand good, it's energy. That is the misconception. And that is why kunabantu that go bahamba maybe by your fam, and then that becomes addictive, because we as physical people always have this craving of being in touch with the spiritual realm and want to be with one, like nabo, like these, like understand. And this pursuit has often caused people, you move slightly from spirituality and dwell into witchcraft. You understand? But it's so now what and you always have, and so nezinto nje eziningi ngawe because you don't believe. Mara because their energy asina patience, ufuna ukuthi mawukhuluma manje uthi gogo ngiyayifuna le Porsche, but manje kanti their energy, they will align things to happen so that you get what you want. They will align people, things, situations. They will align everything so that you get where you are. Life is spiritual. Mangisho lento leyo ngisuke ngikhulumela phezulu kwezinto eziso ukuthi uthi mhlambe you need to do certain things and then kube nezinto all of a sudden they fall into place. Hayi man, kwalunga kanje yini yenzayo? Energy, badimu, dlozi, zinyanya. And you need to understand ukuthi you are energy now yourself. For the main fact nalokho bodle ngikwenzayo, energy, that is energy. So it's all those things that we need to understand, that being spiritual is a beautiful thing. You are one with yourself, I would say, because thina iproblem yethu sithanda ukukholela kakhulu ey'ntweni ey'phathekayo. Bathi nalidlozi lihleli la ekhaphini ngizolipepa le cup ngilibeke naso ngilenzeni because you understand that. But ancestors come and tell you that you can be spiritually, emotionally, mentally independent. But ithemba thina uzobona mara wena ngisho awufuni. And allow your ancestors to lead you. Allow idlozi. Allow kuhle kwadlozi. Kumnandi kuyanyiwa mara khumunathi. Like, you see how my face is beaming because I was following my whole life, but when I sat down and allowed my life to be led, jonga sana, I was bakang mweket. Listen to your internal GPS. Allowed, Mugel, this one is for you. Allow to be led. Problem yokuthi nathi sithanda ukucompare amadlozi wethu namadlozi abanye abantu. Ngoba mina ngibona idlozi lakabani, ubona idlozi lakabani lenzani. Bheka indaba zakho. Look at your ancestors. Allow. Bayeke badlala into yabo. Do not want to do things because ubheke omunye umuntu ubheke. Spirituality izokudida when uhamba ubheke emaceleni and all these other things. You need to focus on your things. Ngesilungu sithi stay in your lane. Your ancestors' lane. If wakakhumalo, stay kulane yakakhumalo. If unkosi, stay kulane yakankosi. If umekete, stay kulane yakamekete. And do you. So sometimes you need to understand ukuthi there's also something called ancestral trauma. Eba khona. Sometimes lento leyo iyaba bathong. Kuna lento ebizwa ukuthi it's ancestral trauma. Eba khona, that is being passed on through us, from our ancestors, That is why omunye umuntu uzothola ukuthi bathi makavuka umoya uyakhala, uhlala khala, idlozi lakhe lihlalela ancestral trauma. Omunye umuntu kunedlozi elidlala lihlalela likwatile, ancestral trauma. When we say ancestral trauma, ungadideki. Unresolved thing, izinto zayenzakala and idlozi left that business unfinished, and by the time of their departure, lezo zinto lezo bezingakaqedwa or kunezinto nje, and then what idlozi liba uzobathi ubani banakalelanga kahle, or ubani bani uyidlozi elikwatile, or ubani bani uyidlozi elinjani, because ushiye naye izinto zingaqedwanga or rather zingaphelelanga ngalendlela bekumele kuphelele ngaye, bese kuba another thing called this ancestral trauma that is being passed on. And sometimes naye kube izinto ezenzakale kuye, that are reincarnating themselves in your life because of isikhwama, umnikazi wesikhwama sakho, basically, if I can just put it like that. Maybe, kunalento le kuthiwa, I think I'll pass on to that. When you speak about relationships, your gogo was married and had, the best time of the life, but in reality, you're struggling to be in relationships and all these other things. It's because sometimes idlozi lakho is that ancestral trauma. Ukhube kakhulu lo gogo. Wabona ukuthi, hayi man, kubuhlungu. I don't want my child to go through this. And that is why kuba naleso struggle there. So but we're getting to that. Bambelela wena siyafika lapho so no. So those are kunezinto nje ezinjalo ezikhona ezifuna ukuthi uzi-understand ukuthi communicating nedlozi is important. Nawe uku-investa kwakho, you need to invest. Ungathi uyaphahla mara uyafila ukuthi lento yenzayo ayikho. Don't do it. If you're doing it and uyagesa, don't do it. Niyakhona ukubelieve ukuthi ireke can protect you from being killed from demons. What is so hard ukubelieve ukuthi abantu bakini got your back? You can protect in a book full of pages written and published by like a published house and believe that book can protect you from demons. But what is so hard from relying on your egos? What is so hard? You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Iba benekant. Understand ukuthi le impilo yami amadlozi wami lawo, and believe like mongadedela blood and allow that this is my life, this is my people, they want the best for me. Everything else will fall into place and it will make sense. I don't know if I'm making sense. Why is it so easy to tell people to follow inkolo, but when it comes to inkolo, like spirituality set ubuthina, we need to convince you. Like you want me to convince you ukuthi idlozi likhona? Look at me. If belingekho, I wouldn't be sitting here ngibe advocating engaka. Why mele ngikhulumele abantu abangenzeli next, abantu abangisafarisayo? But like you want an advocate. You want proof. Ubatla proof. Like ubatla proof. Oh, what? Stop being difficult. Allow to be led. That is my final stance when it comes to that. And there are also sometimes ancestral trauma as an generational curses. And with the ancestral trauma and generational curses, those are things that you need to nibuyele move and sort them out. Because I always say, understanding those like it's important. If you didn't get that opportunity ephehlweni, Kobela was just rushing you so that azothula imali yakho. Understand idlozi lakho. Ubani idlozi lakho? Who is your ancestor? Ubani? Okay, so I'm going to go fake isiphika mara. Who is she? What does she want from me? You know? And how do we go about this whole thing? What gift is she bringing into my life? Then when you have that form of understanding and information, things become easier. So that even when kunalama generational curse and ancestral trauma, you are able to fix them. Idlozi lakho hlale likhala njalo. You need to understand ukuthi ugogo ushone angalungiselanga owakho umama angamfakelanga ilitshe or angalungisanga ekhaya as she promised, you know, because mhlawumbe of financial constraints, but they blessing you today so that you can fix lezo zinto lezo, you know. Ugogo udliswe kakhulu, you know, bamshaye kakhulu like ngamanzi amnyama asise uye, so now akafuni mithi, you know, ugogo akafuni mithi. Lezo zinto derive from ancestral traumas that are there, you know. Umndeni uyala, umndeni uphukile ngaphakathi. Ancestral traumas, lezo zinto lezo cause nokuthi ungakhona ukuxhumana namadlozi wakho. Amadlozi awathandi ingxabano, amadlozi awathandi back and forth, amadlozi awathandi, you know, because I always say mosaphila, and once you post on the way you look and see things, it's very differently than how you relate to things in a journal spectrum than just looking at things, you know. Okay, so it does not matter go to babizani, but bayidlozi. They are your blood, they are your people, and all these other things. So you need to reconnect with yourself. That is why sipahla. That is why you need to be in silence. You know, give yourself time. And like that's why I say allow to be led. Like allow your spirit to be led. If Baritzoha today and understand who you are, then do that. You understand? Now go there and be led and understand that, you know what, this is I need to reconnect. Or sabawel ugema skangeni, or you wanna go hiking, or you wanna go. People listen, we our ancestors relate differently to us. Kuna abantu that are like just want to be alone, just feel like let me take a long drive, like nibe iwani, dead silence in the car. Allow, you know, allow. allow. Our ancestors will like, it's always a process of reconnecting. Yes, we might say good some, but sometimes people feel restricted because we feel good there's a propaganda, or there's a certain way you need to go to relate to, at least when you're in your space, because sometimes more partner, maybe you're with your family and you can't be fully expressive of who you are, or partner volume 5 because you don't want your parents to hear what you're asking your ancestors for. So I think you need to allow to be late. If they want you in isolations, do that. If we are fear ukuthi kunalento ethi mankhale, ngiyoba yi-one nje ngikhale, do that, do that, and I always say do that. Do how you are led. Like, always allow yourself to be led, because we are being led. Like, you don't wake up in the morning and uti nyetwasa just because by. No, you're being led. Your ancestors lead you where they want you to be. So you must allow and being there. And even with the numbers thing, people see numbers all the time and say, yo, Coco, I see numbers, blah blah blah. What is happening? Is the universe, or is it my losies? Listen, everything is energy, and it is one thing, every day you wake up at the same time all the time. That's your ancestors. You see numbers in your dreams. Like, izinto nje ezifana njengalezo. Precious, I just asked, are you asking what is the topic today? It was a topic that I posted ukuthi today we're discussing life as a healer. Ni late, nibuyaphi siku-lockdown, nibuyaphi. So yeah, it's just one of those things when you see numbers. Like, for example, numbers are always I always explain as numbers that they like right now I'm seeing a number that always appears in my life, like, so numbers are ways in which I'm just to rather, like, our spirits basically are inclined, or rather there's communication between the spirit world and us, like letting us know that we now need to move from this level and this level, blah blah blah. Like, basically you're seeing 1, you're seeing 2, you're seeing 7, you're seeing 9, you're seeing 4, as much as our numbers are there is how they manifest themselves in your life, depending. Sometimes you might find you seeing 1 1 1 1 1, or 11 11, or 4 and all these other things. One is normally about new beginnings in life, or rather when you need to move to a new level of your spiritual self. So personally, you'll see that number. Or when you've been feeling stuck for a long time and jiggy, you see that number. I can go on and on, but we just need to connect, like, with ourselves. And you find good, you wake up njalo, you're waking up at 333, or 222, and all these, like, those are just ways to connect it, showing us that are there, bakhona. And like it's energy. It's energy. Sometimes because even your room temperature changes, everything changes. Like, you can just feel it. You can just feel, you can just feel that, that's why they always say good, even with a number you connect with. We all have lucky numbers. You might think you lucky number, but that is a number that rather works for you in the spiritual realm, or all of these other things. I have a lucky number. I won't tell you the reason it's my lucky number. I have a reason for it. It's always been like that. So it's just life. That's why you need to open yourself up like a book, and allow the writer to write, which is idlozi lakho, your spirit guide, and you are led. So if like idlozi laho lifihle liwethetse tiya, or utle kanokomnyako ayilifiki idlozi lam, then you still have a long way to go, because uzolinda ube ulindiwe, and sibe thina sihamba. So you need to understand ukuthi kunezinto nje, everything is energy, and it's not constant ukuthi njalo you'll be able to ukhulume nedlozi lakho or get in contact nalo and all that, as much as they are energy, because sometimes now energy yakho isuke ingekho right. So you need to be centered mawenza lezo zinto lezo, if uzokhuluma namadlozi wakho, and right, do that. You need to do that. Cleanse yourself. It's very important. So balekile nje ukwenza lezo zinto lezo, cleansing yourself and having your energy right. It does not matter. Even meditation, as much as sometimes it might look dumb, I'm one of those people that meditation, but it does wonders for the soul, because izinto nje ezibakhona. But some places says now they're giving a name. How's that possible? Yes, it's very possible. Nah, I got my name even before I trusted. Yay, okay, 1 hour. Hey. We are reconnecting. All right, I think after this hour, each like yeah, let's hope I'll finish everything, right? Okay, energy. So you need to find your purpose, know who you are as a person, and ezazi ukuthi ubani. And then mhlambe if kune a problem mhlambe yokuthi you can't locate ukuthi ubani indlu zakho and all these other things, it's important to ukuthi mhlambe if awukangavuka idlozi, what I'm trying to say ukuthi kunabantu mhlambe abangavuka umoya, maybe idlozi lakho lingazikhulumanga like lingazivezanga lona ukuthi lubani. So you need to dig deep within yourself, you know, even nasemaphupheni, you know, and understand, because I always say uzothwasa yoy uthwase kanti understand awukho endleleni right. Kunabantu engibaziyo bathwasile waqeda waphuza waliphalaza, but only to find ukuthi because lapha ephehleni angisho they give you some things so that kuthi ube ngathi usendlozini kanti there's no dlozi. So yeah, just be content and know what you're getting yourself into and all these other things. So you need to find yourself, and even they bring people into your life, you know, to actually lead you where you need to be led. You know, you might find good, you'll meet someone else, and also and all these other things and all that. So my meet on Port David says, how do you cleanse your spirit? You can cleanse your spirit in many different ways, you know. You can cleanse your spirit in many different ways. Kunama incense esiwasebenzisayo, like impepho is one of them, you know. This sage, you know. Sage, I normally say it's very good for ama energies, especially emzimbeni wethu. So you can sage your body, sage yourself, and meditate, you know, in that space and be there, you know. And okay, but like you need to sage yourself, understand ukuthi ubani, always keep your space clean, because as much as we are energy, we easily get attached to energies and other things, you know, and all these other things. Not time someone said, what do you mean you got your name before you trusted? Yes, I got my name before I trusted, because it was Beseling Vuga constantly, and she was bekasekavela constantly, so washo ukuthi ngubani mina, you know, and all these other things. So yes, I got my name before I trusted. So I went already knowing ukuthi I'm the stabbing cow. So it was just one of those things, because yeah, it was less kulumela. That's why I'm saying you need to allow to be led, because it was it's not as if ukuthi uyaphiwa, like uphiwa umuntu, uphiwa abadlozi wakho. Sometimes suke kwigama ledlozi lakho, sometimes kwigama elibuya emadlozini wakho, elisuke amadlozi akho bazokusebenzisa when they are addressing you, because indaba yegama ledlozi, it's a sensitive topic, you know. It's how mawuba reintroduced, or rather being accepted in Madlozin, they address you as, you are not just Mpo, you are stabbing cow, because of this gift or this, you know, thing you carry with you, and all these other things, So okay, all right. So I was talking about cleansing yourself. Yes, I'm answering Paul David question. He was saying, how do you cleanse? You need to sage yourself, even if you can. Sometimes maybe uya hambe uyogeza uyemanzini noma bungathandaza, because sometimes you think it's just energy you need to cleanse, but it's something inside you internally you need to let out. Maybe kunale thing, it's, you know what, I need to ukuthi ngihambe ngithandaze emanzini, uthi uyafika emanzini, you go pray there and uvuka umoya boo, and then all of a sudden you feel refreshed and feel new, and all these other ways. And siafuta, you know, that's also cleansing your energy. Gunama herbs that you can use to do that. Gunama salts that you can use to do that, so that you can cleanse your energy and keep yourself, because ukfuta is when I actually uyacha ucha ubuso, and you know, you are actually, you know, you're releasing steam, you know, energy that is inside you, you know. So it's a lot of, that's what I'm saying, life is spiritual. You might look at something good to uyayenza nje kanti uyayenza because there is something to it than just it be happening. And so toilet break. Okay, Nasipi. All right, so yeah, it's just those things that we need to understand. And amadlozi will always challenge you. You need to know that you'll always be challenged spiritually. That is what you need to expect, because they always want you to rely on them and rely on yourself, and know that you have a greater gift within you. You have the power and all these other things. And always now, as a spiritual person, it's important to have your sacred space. That is why ngithi umuntu kubalekile ukuthi ube nomsamo. If awunamsamo, iba nendawo yakho secret thiwa le uyakuyo, whether kungaba yintaba or amanzi. But know that more indaweni ezinjalo, you carry izinto, so that you can cleanse the energies around you, because energy is everywhere, spirits are everywhere. So it's important that you always have your space where la uyakhona and you are being led, even if it means sitting on the roof. If that is sacred for you, do that. That is how you are being led, and all these other things. Is it okay to go to the river by yourself? Asked Lerato. Yes, it is okay. If you are ngizothini mhlambe you're not awunankinga namanzi, and you have a certain level of spiritual growth, then you can go, because sometimes kunabantu vele mele makaya emanzini ahambe nabantu. But if you're going there alone, take someone with you to be around you. If you don't know what to do emanzini, then get help, and so that they can help you to work ngokumayelana nezo zakho, so that you work and all these other things. So you need to now and then recharge your spirit. That is why we go on fastings or in hibernation. But I'm disappeared from the face of earth. I'm in hibernation. I'm recharging myself. I'm recharging my spirit, so that my energies are good, are flowing, because kunezinto nje ezibe eziba khona that ezikhubayo. So you just need to always recharge. Even with our client way too, they always do that. So okay, I'll move on to my next topic. Yeah, all right, listening to you. So character change. Those are things that we're talking about things that we inherit from Amadou's weight and all of these things. Remember, character and all these other things can also be inherited. They have a certain characteristic to them. It's also inherited. That is the same thing that happens with Ilos, or probably your guide. One bad thing I inherited from my guide is my OCD menace. They're not good. I was tiny bit yeah, it's not good. And one other thing, it's yeah, I don't like being angry. And all these other things. It's a character trait I think I inherited, and all these other things. So I want to inherit different things. How much do they, especially when they when they inherit, like that is maybe you're male and you're female, and you find it was like a certain color, or probably you're attracted to a certain color. Those are character traits you inherit from your ancestors. Like, this is my favorite color, red. So those are certain character traits. Or isn't as hamba nomoya wako that is there, or maybe you love certain type of flowers, or maybe you enjoy a certain type of music, or maybe you enjoy isn't like I'm an ornament, isn't like that. Those are character, change that you inherit, and there are so many things you can inherit. They inherit drinking. You find good to like they are bebaphuza family yakhona beyiphuza, then now we are, understand that. But not everyone works for them, because we also need to look at the spectrums of alcohol addiction and all these other things. So yes, you are drawn to particular wardrobe. You like wearing black clothes, you like there's a character change that you inherit from your spirituality. Some people become lazy. They become lazy, especially if you find your female and cool and all of that. You always prefer to have short hair. You don't want to do your hair. You don't want to do all these other things. You inherit all these things, or rather, you have this interest in cars, like there are very weird character change that are there, even, mhlambe your voice changes, even how you talk changes. Those are character changes you inherit from your guide, because everything is energy. So those are the things. So that is how mhlambe you get to be identified. Uze bathi yo yazini une like ungathi idlozi lakho, like endlini they always like, when maybe I'm not strict, but like I like things done in a particular way, I like I want things done in a particular way. If I clean, I don't want to see a speck of something, and all these other things Makhosa says, is Snape also inherited? Yes, if Bema, you can also inherit that character change. Nana inherited that, like Gainga, like yeah, I inherited that. I was not even in Satwasa. I used to smoke cigarette. I don't know, it started before Mtwasa. There was this urge of smoking cigarettes, so I used to smoke a lot. And I think prior to my graduation, I think I stopped smoking, because I just felt good and stopped smoking for Snape. So yeah, isn't this injada? So those are just character changes there. They're not all character changes you need to abide by, because Nami, I changed that. I used to like cigarettes. No, imagine me. No offense, but I stopped that because ngabona ukuthi, what, this is going to affect my health. And by then I was interested in health things and all this blah blah blah. So I was like, what, plus no kid that keeps you fit yabo yenza ukuthi like isifuba sakho. So I was like, no, I need to stop this. And yeah, so I traded cigarettes for Snape. And what else? Even the type of drink you drink, you were a wine drinker, and all of a sudden you're a strict beer drinker. There was ubafam then besithatha naye kunogwayi in particular bekawufuna. I forgot lo gwayi lokuthi, but ugwayi wakudala, bebahlala bangithengela wona. And sometimes they also sebenzisa mhlawumbe masedlozini. Those are just like character change you get, and sometimes you become humble. Thola ukuthi you were just wild, mara uthe mawubuka uyothwasa, you became this person, or reserved. Sometimes that is also like a character change that is there. Even all of a sudden Tomo buyothwasa awusafaka ama-tops, amakwayikwayi, amahili, ufuna nje ufake iphacaphaca, yeah, those are like character changes that are there. You prefer pants more than skirts, or you prefer skirts more than pants. Yeah, those are just character changes that are there. As much as not we inherit certain characteristics from our parents, that's the same thing that happens with like spiritual things, and all of this. So izinto that are there, and then kuba nesikhathi ke uba sedlozini, then that is where your idlozi livela khona, and that is where you're in a trance and you've let go of your body, and I was just so aware now, it's your ancestors now speaking and communicating through you and all these other things. But that happens differently for different people, and amadlozi mawavela our khulumi ngokufana and all that, but it will address itself the way it used to, mhlambe lesikhathi saphila, and be boastful, whatever, blah blah blah. Like if my dlozi were to like literally this whole video you'd be like muting, you're not so that's how spontaneous my gogo is. But I don't have any documented vids of Msedlozini literally, like, because I don't know if vids like that are taken mysteriously, they get deleted on the phone. The energies delete them. So those are like character changes that are there, and all of that. So I'll move on to the clients, because ngizovala with relationships, sex, and and then yeah, sayvala soon. So yenza leyo tiya leyo, Yes, our journeys differ. Our journeys will always differ. That's why I always highlight to go to our journeys way too. They'll always differ. It's just that you need to find yourself wena and be comfortable. And ukuzithola kwakho akekho ugobelo ozokusiza ngaloko. It's a personal and intimate journey. You need to undergo yourself. I can only give you so much information, mara okunye you need to like fly bird. Uzibonele wena ukuthi uphuma kanjani. So clients, we love you clients. Clients differ, you know. When the particular clients that you've been designated to, because I don't want to use the word clients, but clients are people that are brought into your lives for you to assist there. But we call them clients because we have njumbes, so we call them clients. But abantu that are being led to your life that you need to assist. So how clients manifest themselves, because life is spiritual, everything is energy, kusuke kuyindlela mhlambe that has been allowed by amadlozi wakho that will make amaphathi wakho naloyo muntu loyo cross, and they are led to you because at a certain time you can give problem solving skills to their problems. You're not a magician, but you have the answers that they need, you know. You can help them. And that's why I always said it, the bit I think I posted excuse me, previously, talking about know your people, know your healers, know blah blah blah, you know. And I understand good to sometimes you go to a person because there's a particular problem that they need to help you with. Case closed. Problem. Then there are problems that come forth and all these other things, and that is where you sometimes you need to visit other avenues, because I get caught jack of all trades. I get caught jack of all trades. We are gifted differently, and you need to know as a person know what services do you offer to avoid feeling the need of trapping people. Njalo, when are your clients, you need to hold them captive, and in Njalo they can't even have time to breathe because they are your clients. You need to continuously check up on them so that you scare them. You call a person, hey, because you are a healer. That's what Tugavele and believe you, but that is not how we need to do things. You need to understand good. Clients look at you and see hope and see light and see someone that can help them. So ungabi that person also watusa and do all the help where you can, and sometimes being honest and saying good mina ngizokusiza nga 1 2 and 3, but if unida usizo ngento esona, so I'd suggest uye kumpho, because or uye kujeni ugood ke ngokukhipha ilwane. I don't know if I'm making sense, because money is important, you know. Money is important, but we need to understand that it's not everything, you know. Don't trap people. Yes, this is how we say it, yes, but like you need to help people like have truth, have iqiniso. And if someone comes to you and says, Gogo Mina, I want you to give me muti. Uguti, let me think. I want you to give me muti so that when I go to work, stop and you know very well, Guti, you don't have or you don't use that muti. Be honest, like with your clients. They need to know that this is the services I offer. I cleanse, and that I can give you cleansing things, but if you want mutis for your bosses to do 1 2 3, and then you can go, you know, wherever you are led, or I can refer you to certain people that can help you. So clients is important, but then a problem guba would say when now clients, you know, you should always have that border. You are a client and not my friend, because once that line is breached, it becomes a problem. Yes, I'm friendly and nice people and stuff, but you are my client and I'm here to help you, you know. And you are my client and I'll say, oh yeah, you are here to get help from me. As much as you're looking into my eyes and thinking, ooh, like she can get it. No, like you're here for help. And I'm gonna help you. And we part out different ways. That's just life. And should you need probably clarity on 1 2 3, and if I can help, I'll offer my services once more. You understand? To avoid yonke lento leyo ukuthi kuba ngathi manje kunabantu abathanda izangoma njalo wena uhlala usezangomeni and all these other things. No, we just need to be honest as people, you know. If you know ukuthi mhlambe lo muntu lona ngisangoma ngumfazi and lo muntu lona udinga usizo oluthile and you can see mawumhlola lapho ukuthi amandlozi wakhe adinga ukuthi athinte umuntu oyindoda, don't say ngizokunceda mara ngizobiza umakhala ekhukhwini aze azongithintela wena. No, lead that person where they need to get help. See, we need to have truth. Be healers abaneqiniso. So don't be greedy and selfish and think wena like ungayenza yonke into, like ugcina uphuzisa abantu nama-jazz flute like because of desperation of money. No, we don't do that. You just need to, as a person, be honest, be a healer. So healing is not just endumbeni. Sometimes a person can come to you adinga advice like as gogo nginenkinga esona so ngidinga ukwenza 1 2 and 3 mara this is a problem I'm encountering. Give your advice, you know. Nje, give your advice, you know. Not everything iti samsendumbeni because mafendumbeni phela bayafuna ukuthi ubeke imali. So sometimes as you need to be mature, like be mature. Sometimes you even help people without expecting anything in return, you know. Kunama situations anjalo, and that is leading me, you know, to my next topic, talking about glossy finances. How glossy finances, they are important because sisuke sibusise abantu abadala banuke basinikile lokho abasinikeze kona ukuthi siphile and be able blah 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 to do 1 2 3, you know. So kubalekile nakhona ukuthi imali yakho yasemsamo uyayihlonipha, you know. You don't just do with it recklessly. You respect, because la ibuya khona nabo isukile to abantu abakini, you know. You might say ukuthi I know bangithe mina ngiyasebenza mina. It's not you, it's your people. It's your guides, you know. So with that money, you do with what you need to do, and you always uyabonga. And imali iyalaliswa, even if this is, you're not a healer or whatever. Imali iyalaliswa, you need to like respect money. Imali iyahlonisha, guys. Iyahlonisha kakhulu. I don't want to lie to that. You need to respect money. And remember, amadlozi ethu will always bless us so that we can help out emindenini ethu. So don't be that person just because you got some go up. Now you want to be selfish and feel good to when you've arrived. No, lema lena like in a history. So you need to know, and that is even with how we work differently, and how we work pricing for our consultation. We work differently. Kunomuntu ozokutshela ukuthi mina idlozi lami ngifuna ngihlele nge-100 rand, you know. Kunomuntu ozokutshela ukuthi like ngisebenza ngemali engaka because of this is what I need to do, you know. This is what idlozi has set out for me to do. Kunomuntu ozokutshela ukuthi maybe mina ngithola with 2 rand coins, you know, or something, or amakhona 500 or something. It does not matter, but we need to respect it. So when you go now, as a person goes to consult, don't be like 800 you don't know umuntu kuze afike lapho ufike kanjani, you know, and all these other things. So you just need to understand and know that good, you know what, everything, you know, so you can't just get there now and be like, you went there, you wanted help, and you're going to receive help as how you wanted. So you respect imali yasendumbeni, you respect imali yomsamo, you respect, you do fit what is required. Mangabe kunezinto mhlambe idlozi wants you to do, mhlambe you do that, you know. You buy whatever idlozi wants you to buy, and then only can you know. As much as I always say, there is a percentage that is for your idlozi, and then there's a percentage that is for you, of which that is true. So kunjalo nje, you know, especially if this is your 9 to 5 and there's nothing else you're doing. So be like, respect your money, take your time and your money seriously, because I don't want to lie to you, people do not understand how strenuous it is to sit and read your energy, like not but deliver Emila's, like, it's very strenuous. It takes so much of me. I literally get drained by the end of the day. So many amount of people, and I just don't want to talk. I don't want to say anything. I'm tired, yabo. So you get tired now, and now I think as much as we respect other professions, this is also something we need to respect, because now I'm working, you know. Like ngenza ama-wires connecting ngayo yonke indlela. So it's a lot. Yes, ngihlele ecansini, but it's a lot. Mele ngivula amehlo kakhulu, ngivula indlebe. So it's yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie. It's a lot. But as much as we respect our professions and not to respect who we are, we don't have to always feel the need to explain. Ukuthi, this is why I'm doing this, or I should be doing this. Siyasebenza, sonke semsebenzini la. Yes, it's our purpose, it's our calling. But at the end of the day, we need to, have a life, live, and do all these things. And because kunemali vele fuze ukhanyisele idlozi nami as a person, you understand? So it's just a lot of things eziba khona that when it comes to amadlozi finances, and kubalulekile ukuthi every now and then ubonge lamini ubonge khona edlozini, because into engiyaziyo noma bangathi amadlozi namhlanje kumsebenzi ungasasebenzi ubheka umsebenzi wabo angeke ulala ungadlanga. That is one thing I know. Idlozi lihlezi liyenza iplan, like izoconnect, lizoyenza iplan ukuthi ungalala ngadlanga. And that is idlozi. If right now you know ukuthi you are still at your worst end, like you are at the bottom and you have nothing, all you have is lesipho sakho and you don't know how to go about it, but trust me, idlozi angeke ulala ungadlanga, even if it means it's 50 rand or 10 rand, but angeke ulala ungadlanga. Idlozi will never do that. Even if isinkwa, idlozi will never let you starve. Kabo idlozi akulanjwa. That is one thing I can tell you. Rely on your idlozi lakho. Even if when you know I have nothing, idlozi lizoyenza plan. You just need everything is energy. Learn to speak positive things about yourself. Manifest izinto ezi-right. Don't speak negative ukuthi hey mina ngiyalamba, mina ngiyahlupheka. No. Like, understand that life is spiritual, everything is spiritual. Trust me, it'll make more sense. It makes more sense. And the problem is sometimes the reason abanye abantu they do not get blessed as much as ngendlela futhi ba-blessing us, because your heart right now uyaphahla uyakhala and you're like, gogo mani ngangiblessa ngizolungisa la endlini nginakhele nginifakele ama-tombstone, but ingene imali awusabazi. So your heart. And then imali yahlonitshwa, and you don't just go around generally nje. If now unemali uyasebenza, like for you to have that job, your job is still secure today. Idlozi lakho, respect your finances. Imali iyalaliswa iyahlonishwa. You don't just go around bolekisana ngemali wena. People are not okay out there. They're not okay opti. They can do things out of jealousy. You understand? So imali iyahlonishwa. Even nemali, the way we uyiphatha ngakhona, the way we uyibeka ngakhona, angithandi ukushabanisa imali, like to imali, like money is spirit. Life is spiritual and everything is spiritual. So you need to treat it as such. So don't when I be that person you reckless ngemali and think there's more where that came from. Someday there won't be more, because they've opened now the floodgates, but you misusing because of the wrong reasons. Sometimes kunabantu aba in the family, they're the lights of the family, they have everything, and all of a sudden you're looking down on others. Kanti no, so that you can bless and help your family and keep lo muzi loyo alive. Bakuphi inhlanhla zabo so that uzophilisa lo muzi, but because of selfish reasons you think we. That is so wrong. So we need to, I think, get our attitudes and our heart in check. It's very important. Woo, yeah, ne? That was a lot. So I'll move on to relationships and sex, because we're almost at the end of our session and our last topic, which is umthetho weshoba. So we need to know that relationships, we need to, as much as we always sometimes say, people come into our lives for a reason, for a purpose, and all these other things. We also need to be content with ourselves, because that prohibits us to go looking for something that is not in us. You want to go out there and find love, but you don't have contentment within yourself. And you need to know that every person that is going to come into your life, they have something to take from you. As much as we energy, we spirit, they have something to take from you, and it's something that we need to accept as people and accept as spiritual people, and know what it's the reality of our lives, and our relationships differ, from person to person, and sometimes amadlozi prefer us in isolation because we function better. There is nothing influencing our current, emotions, or the way we make our decisions, or how we're gonna, heal the next person. Because jiggy jiggy, for example, I say to you, in a relationship, your man Bob hurts you today, and Exasa, you have clients to see, you're still harboring le pain ya Bob. That's why sometimes amadlozi deprive of lezo zinto lezo. Or sometimes you find ukuthi mina I'm always, like in relationships whereby I'm the side chick, I'm not, the main. It's not particularly about you not being the main and all of these other things. Sometimes now, as a person, you need to know situations that you allow into your life, and know that everything is to serve a purpose. No one has a calling to be unhappy. We all want to be happy. We all want to be happy. Some with partners and some without partners. As much as gunabantu that don't Nzotini, think ukuthi you do not want a happy life for them, or don't want them to be married and all of that. Amadlozi do want us for that, but it's the people we attract. And I don't want to lie, when you're a gifted person, uvelube a magnet to attract broken people that need healing, and people that are sometimes going to use you, that are sometimes going to hurt you, So all these other things are catalysts to your spiritual growth, but sometimes it tends to be painful when you're not fully equipped when to deal with trauma situations. Because trust me, 80% of the time, spiritual people are single because you don't want distraction. Because you're gonna go through that relationship, and someday kuzoba heartbreak and you break up, and you know how hectic it is to heal from a breakup. And where is their time in all of that? Who are you healing when are you broken yourself? Because you need to heal yourself first, and it becomes a continuous process. So it's all about understanding who you are now is spiritually, and knowing what you bring to the table as a spiritual person. Don't go looking. Let things flow. Allow things to happen into your life. And if the relationship or the friendship or the familyship iyaphela, like agunakuzwana or ini, allow, don't force situations to happen because you feel at the time that is good for you. Sometimes your ancestors see uguti something is not good for wena, and they tend to remove it in your life. And sometimes we tend to hold on to things that do not serve us any better, and think ukuthi ngizobambelela because mangimyeka la ngizomthola phomunye, not knowing ukuthi you are holding yourself back from realizing your full potential or from happiness. There'll always be something better. There'll always be something better in life. I hate to come across healers that are always crying, woohoo, what me, uguti, like, why am I not getting guys that are for me? Or why am I not getting girls? Like, it's painful. No, don't beat yourself up about it. You're a spiritual person, and you are gonna accept that. You need to accept that you will accept that. Go to a spiritual person, and life is spiritual, and sometimes there's something that particular person might need from you that now you have at that particular time. So as much as we spiritual people, don't always give. You need to have a limit, because when you give, you're gonna be left with nothing. Don't always feel obliged to see, just because I'm gifted, I always need to reach. Sometimes it can get draining. I do not want to lie. It can get draining, and it can get frustrating, especially if you see nothing moving out of that. When Angelo, you're always giving, you're giving. It tends to be painful. It tends to be painful. I don't want to lie. And with family rifts and I'm a family ship that are not working, sometimes you need to let go. If you're trying to fix it and it does not work, let go. Forgive yourself. Forgive that person. Love them from afar. And do that. And do that. And don't always attract projects. We can't stop ourselves from attracting projects, but we're not project managers. Not we people. We need or rather we deserve to be loved. As much as we've got so much love inside us, little now we deserve to be loved and appreciated and whatnot. But sometimes being a project every day, we're now a tractor project manager, it gets tiring. I do not want to lie, it gets tiring. But a certain level of understanding, you know what, this is my life, and sometimes saying no is important. You need to know when to say no, need to know. Because I don't want to lie, every time when a person sees a gifted person, they always see refuge, they see help, they see solutions. Sometimes, what if I don't want to help? I want you in my life, and life goes on. What if I don't want ties? What if I want an entanglement? What if and some things are just beyond us. And because life is spiritual, we tend, our ancestors and tend to align us to meet and do this and do that. So you just need to manifest your person, meditate and manifest umuntu omfunayo, and tell your ancestors this. And sometimes I always see the problem is, once uye somewhere and tell your ancestors ukuthi I have a boyfriend or I have a girlfriend, it messes up that thing. You understand? Because right now you don't want them involved, but you're involving them. You need to, I think, draw the line. Be a sangoma in your time, but in a relationship, be katlego. And just, why when I'm in the relationship, ngokuthi like you always want these things and all these other things, and or like it's frustrating. And going back to family ships, sometimes abanye abantu, they also have not healed from themselves. They are fighting demons, and because you're spiritual people, you'll always be the victim. They'll always pick on you, they're always saying nasty things to you. And listen, always, sometimes you get to blow up and be like, you know what, I just want to blow up, I can't do this anymore. But remember who you are. Like, not every action requires a reaction. You need to know what serves your purpose and what doesn't. And even that comes to friendships. Friends that abuse the fact that you are their friend because you're gifted, they can go do things and expect you to help them, or isn't this no. Don't hold on to things that don't serve your purpose. Like I'm saying, don't hold on to things that don't serve your purpose. You need to do with things that serve your purpose. Because if into does not make you sleep at night, if into mawicabanga iyakwatisa, then you know what, leave it. Leave it. And always at the time ilusi that will isolate you or remove people from your life, it's because at that particular time there are things ilusi wants to show you and all that. But because you're too focused on losing the people, you lose sight of what's being put in front of you. Because you never know, like Makfigi textbook enter, your Josie needs to update the system. So sometimes they just need you isolated. They just need you for yourself and by yourself. Wow, you're like, today we're having a talk show. We're having a real talk show. So when it comes to relationship, it's very hectic. I don't want to lie. And don't beat yourself up about it. You are human. You are allowed to live. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to, sometimes feel as if, why you? But don't sleep in that. Don't dwell on that. Feel it, allow it to happen, allow yourself to go through the emotions, and then move from that situation. Don't dwell on it. Life happens. Just because we sang over when you need to be married, hi, she can't keep men, or hi, she's having a hard time because why, like, it's not your portion. It's not your portion, and you don't even need to explain yourself to people, and all these other things. So yeah, and all these other things. But that's just that. And I'll move swiftly to sex, but I'll come back, to this topic, because I think relationships and sex go hand in hand. But on this relationship part, I just wanted to highlight the part of family ships and all these other things. So we need to know that sex is the product of love. you know, and it happens, and you can't stop yourself from it, and blah blah blah. It happens, it's life, you human, and there's going to be a time where you want, you know, to do that. But when it comes to spirituality, there are people that have a very high level of a high level, how can I put it, an higher urge of sex. There comes a point whereby there's a person that needs sex. I want sex, I need to have sex, and not understanding good, you like, yes, if I can have sex, right, I'll be able to think, I'll be able to like deal with situations better, because everything is energy. There is so much energy that is within you, and sex is the only way you are able to release. And male ngizothini, amadoda do that better, but it's a sad part when kuthi abantu besifazane, because we are receivers of leyo energy leyo, especially if they are releasing lento leyo. So when you feel that certain urgency of I need to have sex, I need to have sex, yes, have sex if you want to have sex, you know, but always know guti, sex is an exchange of energies, and will always be an exchange of energies. But sex is also used as a coping mechanism to release energy, and that also can be responsible if you don't do that properly, because you'll think you're releasing something that you're attracting. And as women, it's very important that you always cleanse. I always say you cleanse. Why? Because sines beleto, and what the Western culture might call chakras, and you harboring all these energies inside you. So it's important that you always cleanse yourself as much as you can, and that is when you use things like sage and all, because all of these are energies. Like you always full of energy as a person. So people come and delivers, you know, the energies and all this. And mind you, sex also creates attachments, physical attachments. You become attached to situations, you become attached to energies. So sometimes that is why amadlozi tend to switch off feelings to some spiritual people. And ube ngati you not in the mood, like you can literally stay like 6 months or a year or 2 years, and it's not you, it's because your ancestors need that part of you to be switched off, so that you are not tainted, or rather in. And trust me, ayikho sex ozoba kuyo, or a situation where you're going to have a sexual encounter where you're not going to exchange energies will always exchange. I do not want to lie to you, and they'll always be there. But sometimes it looks like when it feels good, now you cannot control your mind, your feelings, your body. They turn off, like load shedding, literally. Everything goes dark. You lose feelings. You lose everything. You lose interest in sex, and you be like, I want to stay, you know, blah 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 blah. Because I don't want to lie. There are people who can stay celibate, and there are people who can't, you know. But it's a matter of abstinence. Sometimes you need that for a spiritual, you know, recharge. You need to sometimes abstain from that. So when it comes to sex causes attachments, you know, whether you like it or not, it will always do that. Whether the people who are gonna say, but I used the condom, but I didn't use a condom. Attachments with everything is energy, darling. Condom does not prevent energy exchange. Energies will always be there, and it's just that. And when you find yourself wanting to have more like sex more than normally, it means ama energies wako emzimbeni wako, they are so disorganized, so you don't know how to react, and you're using sex as a coping mechanism. So you're using sex as a coping mechanism. You need to balance your energies, balance yourself, and then you'll be fine. Balance yourself, you know, balance yourself. So I always say, sometimes when you're dating or in a relationship with the spiritual people, and you're expecting to have sex every day of your life, you are in for a surprise. Yavala, like yavala, gune skati yavala, it happens, but that's how it is. We can't do that to ourselves. Guyavala, like Gavala, like we an open window whereby we like, yeah, we can do it, but Gavala. And sometimes I've gotten questions, Gogo, I don't know how to have sex if I'm too, you know, spontaneous, or let do this. Like, have sex, it's sex, like chill. You human at the end of the day. If you wanna like wear your lace bloomers, wear it. It's yours. It's that what you're going through at the time, because 80% of the time during when we're having such encounters, amadlo's way to are not sometimes around us, especially when there's all these exchange of energies. Kusuke kuwuwe, the spiritual being, and naloyo muntu loyo, the spiritual being. So this whole notion of and we need to put coins underneath the bed and stuff, that is things I don't believe in. That is sometimes things I sometimes look down on and think, do I need to meet every guy and make him put coins underneath the bed just so I mean we need to just do that. So you need to organize your energies. So when you find yourself urging for sex and all these other, you need to know, there's a displacement in your spirit. There is something lacking, or rather your energies are all over the place. So sex is a coping mechanism. And no matter how many times you can have sex, it will always lead back to you feeling empty, because even after the deed on its own, you feel as if there's a part of you just was snatched from you. Like, like snatched. You don't know how, but you feel resentment, or you feel dirty, or you're how did I do this to myself? And it's perfectly normal, because you're a spiritual person and expected to be pure. So all I can say is that if you are gonna engage, make sure that you cleanse yourself. It's very important at all times. You understand? It's very important that you do so. And with this time and age of people doing things, blah blah blah, you need to be, and you can't take, someone's gift through sex. That is nonsense. Or you can't enhance someone's gift through sex. If you hear someone say, I'm going to sleep with you, and make sure so there's also this thing, you find you're having sex with someone and there's no connection. There's no connection. I'm saying, how do we cleanse? I did earlier speak about having sage. It's important. Sage is very good for energies and all these other things. Sage yourself, and if you have, get ama salt and do that. But sage is good for cleansing energies, so you need to have sage. Like always in the house, have sage, have impepo, and if you can have izithundu or the izwashes bakhona that ozobuzihlanganisele zona wena, if you know that you're going to be in a situation efana leyo, because even if in that situation, you need to stay particular days without going into bed. That is the time where my energies wako, you need to adjust and balance, so that in that space you are balanced. So you also need to decide and protect your energies, because you find that there's sometimes encounters where you just have sex with someone and there's no feelings. It is just sex, and there's sometimes where there's a deeper connection, and you find that you become attached to that person for the rest of your life, or you find you go back to that person. It's an attachment of energies. It's an attachment of energy. So those are things I think we just need to also understand as spiritual people, and know that they are there. So it's just life at the end of the day. Your spiritual people will going through the most, and yes, you cleanse even if you married, gogo. You cleanse even if you married. Right? You cleanse, because everything is energy. Get it these days, you can never know what a person is getting up to. So last but not least, I think if probably I didn't finish, I'll probably move on to, I'll redo a Q&A. I think we need a Q&A for this topic, or even if I don't do it here on YouTube, I'll do it on my Instagram, but I'll let you know when I'm going to be doing that. But I'd just like to close this because so they tell you to obey izinto ezikhona and all of these, but mina as Mpho, I will tell you umthetho weshwaba is something that you stand by. They can tell you to respect this. Yeah, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that. But you never are really prepared for life. You never are really prepared for life. So once they set you out to the world, you like going through the most. You find yourself, so you lose the morals there. Mina, I leave you with this. You need to respect idlozi lakho. Respect yourself. It's important how you portray yourself. Respect yourself so that abantu bazohlonipha idlozi lakho. If umuntu ozokudelela, it means kwawena usihloniphi and awuhloniphi nedlozi lakho. So it's very important, wasn't, because already by the minute utwas unesithunzi oba naso as a gifted person. So izinto nje eziba khona that you need to respect yourself. Umthetho weshoba, they can tell you ukuthi umthetho weshoba impande kabani impande, but at the end of the day, it's about you as an individual. Umthetho oshoba is what you make out of it, is how you treat and respect your gift. If uzothatha isipho sakho udlale ngaso, where is umthetho weshoba lapho? If uzothatha, and umthetho weshoba varies from impande nempande, you understand that? Mina sangasitshela ukuthi, hey ungafebi, hey ungaloyi, hey, like, and by the time bakutshela izangoma ziningi, you can't even listen, because abanye bakuthuka bakubiza ngemsunu wakadwati, abanye bakubiza ngesperm, I don't even know why they do that. Like, like, why? For what? Like, I don't understand why they do that. Why they have to swear at you to get the message across. But that's what I'm saying, Guti. It's something you need to live by and know as a person that you need to respect your gift, respect yourself above everything. Not that you're going through life, experiencing life, but respect and know, Guti, you are special. You are a special person. You are gifted. Out of everyone okhona, amadlozi akho akhethe wena, but you are gonna take this path. So you are special. You are gifted. You are so worth this journey. You are so worth everything. You are so worth the trouble. You are so worth the tears, the sleepless nights, the frustrations, sometimes even feeling like alikho ledlozi. You're so worth that, because all through this, you're growing. It's teaching you to be resilient and to depend on idlozi lakho. Love idlozi lakho. Believe ukuthi abantu bakini bakhona. Otherwise, this is purposeless. It's purposeless. Like, you're going through it just so you can weigh it down. Like, no, it's not important, But live your purpose. Allow to be led. Live your purpose and know your truth. Know who you are. You are special. Like, look in the mirror and say, I'm special. Ngumntwana wedlozi mina. Whether umporofiti, umparafiti, or umzerefiti, or uisangoma, or uinyang, or uyini, you are special. You are special. You are special, and you deserve it. You deserve your gift. You are worth it. Nothing and no one can take that away from you. Nothing can take your gift from you. Nobody can take that away from you. So you need to know and acknowledge that as who you are. Be strong. Stand for idlozi lakho. Ibane backbone. No good to you representing kings and queens. When you are a god yourself. When amadlozi akho look at you, they see a goddess. They see a goddess. So look at yourself as that. Don't look at yourself ungazibhekeli phansi because when idlozi lakho alifani lakabani. Vela wanyeka fane. Like, don't fall in the trap of ukumonela omunye umuntu because of isipho sakho. If you feel lobo jealous, no, that's witchcraft. Ubuthakathi lobo. And ubuthakathi, you should know that is witchcraft. Don't mawufila ukuthi umonela omunye umuntu because unesgift, unesipho, and ufila ukuthi witchcraft. Mawubheka indaba zakho, you won't look on the sides of ukuthi ubani is doing better than anyone. You will just do you. So that is me and saying Guti, you need to know yourself as a person and know Guti, this is what you need to do and all of that. So I thank you so much for this. I thank you so much for everyone who tuned into this video. But I'm thankful for everyone that tuned in. Kalerata, mwah. And my WhatsApp line for bookings and consultations is 0784058965, and I have a very beautiful admin team that will help you secure your bookings. And then WhatsApp, I see those texts and I tell them to block you because that is so inappropriate. There are people that really need to talk to me, and by the time that is not appropriate. So thank you so much for your time. I love each and every one of you. Ngizobuya very soon, but more I'm not putting more videos. I'm trying to save the world, and I'm trying to solve certain things. So thank you so much for the time that you've dedicated to watch this video. I think we should do these live sessions more. I get to interact with you and see izinto ezinjalo, and next time I'll give you a freedom of just having a live Q&A with me after we finish the Q&A for this session. But live sessions with Mpo are just gonna be a continuous thing. Thank you so much, for viewing this video, and I hope it was insightful, and you're gonna tell your friends and their friends that your favorite Sangam Day was on YouTube. And I love you so much, and thank you for the beautiful feedback and the emails, and for it, like, don't feel neglected. There's so many of you that are sending me emails at the same time, and there's only one of me. So I thank you so much. I love you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video and tell me you love me, and follow me on Instagram at Mpabadimu. And I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. More love is coming, and more videos are gonna definitely come. My job is not yet done. This is just the beginning. So it's just the beginning. So can we all say cheers at 1, 2, 3? Cheers! Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I am Pobadimu Togozan.